my name is ColdBeer and let's start with Doom! Dark Ages.
You know what time it is? It is time to slay some demons and become the scariest thing in hell. This time the game is leaning to the fantasy side with all the medieval stuff everyone likes, but will still stay sci-fi with all the weapons, mechanisms and hellish technologies. You know, who cares? It's Doom. It's fast-paced, it's entertaining and you can slay demons left and right. All in all, you are one of the most powerful and beloved heroes in the pop culture of humanity. Here a new item called Shield Saw awaits you. It is literally a shield that, is also a saw. It's not very hard to guess how you will use it. People on Steam are saying that The Dark Ages is a very solid title, feels like a true Doom sequel and the review score is above 80%. The downside, in my opinion, is that the Slayer doesn't feel like an unstoppable machine. You have to constantly pick specific weapons for specific enemies and use the shield in a specific way, so sometimes you feel like you have to solve a puzzle instead of just slaying everyone left and right. Despite that, it's pure fun and the visuals are gorgeous, just like you, my friend. Terminator Dark Fate Defiance. This is a real-time strategy game that follows the war between humanity and Legion's synthetic intelligent machine network. And Legion is another AI that emerged after Skynet was erased from existence. You know, the franchise needed an enemy, and to be honest, new enemy is always better than...
Somehow Palpatine returned.
So in the campaign you will take the role of a commander in the Founders, a force made up of the remnants of the US military. You will guide your army in an attempt to mess a little with the Legion's plan to exterminate the last remnants of humanity. So in this near future, both in game timeline and in our real world probably as well, you will have to show that evil ChatGPT who the real boss is. And in skirmish and multiplayer modes you can choose one of three very diverse factions: Founders, Movement and Legion itself. You will often use the battlefield to your advantage. Physics-based building demolition lets you generate a realistic set of tactical consequences, especially in urban areas. Your resources here are limited, so every obstacle can serve to your advantage. People who play the game are agreeing that this is a very focused RTS, with challenging tactical mechanics and great storyline. The downside is that Terminator Dark Fate Defiance punishes you for mistakes a bit too harshly, and it is quite buggy, but developers are constantly, at least when I wrote the short review, updating the game and fixing various stuff, so it will only get better. Saints Row the Third. This game is crazy, and trying to make sense explaining the plot would be crazy as well. So, let me try. You belong to a small, powerful gang of dudes. Long story short, you lose control of the city to a dangerous criminal organization and have to fight back to reclaim it. Yeah, kinda like that. Overall, the game is about rising to power amidst chaos and ridiculousness. Yeah, that word you will use a lot, because I doubt there are more ridiculous games than this one. Okay, maybe there are, but Saints Row the Third is definitely in the top 10 of any ridiculous list. So anyway, enjoy the mayhem you cause here and have fun. CountryBalls Heroes. So basically this is a humorous Heroes of Might and Magic clone where the main heroes and monsters are country balls, the thing most of us know from the vast plains of the internet. For those who don't know, these country balls are used in comics or memes. They humorously represent the countries and their stances about various issues of the world, or just used to create plain stupid humor, which is best. So here you'll build up your base and recruit various country balls unique for each faction. Train multiple balls, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Your balls can become a plumber, hussar, priest, drunkard, cowboy and so on. You'll find 90 unique units and several factions. Players on Steam are saying that the game is cringy, but the cringe is kinda good cringe and not cringy, if you know what I mean. Amnesia Rebirth. I admit that I am a
Pussy! Pussy, pussy, pussy!
and I have never played the game. I watched Markiplier playing it and it was quite a fun experience. It has all the creepy vibes previous Amnesia games had, but it is a bit less scary. I was expecting, the level of horror we all felt in the first Amnesia: The Dark Descent, but Rebirth is only about 30% of that. The good thing is that if you are like me, you can probably play the game without having a heart attack. But the bad thing, at least for me, was that this time you are a pregnant woman. That sounds kinda sexistic, but let me explain, it's actually not. I just can't immerse myself in the role of a pregnant woman. I lack empathy, and if you are a man, there is a big chance that you can't do that as well. You know, I don't care about her baby, so that creepiness level is way lower for men who are playing the game and probably way higher for female players, especially pregnant ones, although I really doubt that they are the target audience though, as someone in the comments said that Rebirth is the true definition of
not great or terrible.
Despite that, it is a really beautiful game with a great story, environments and some spooky stuff in general, and this price is just about right to get your filthy fingers on it. No rest for the wicked. The game is still in early access, so it is kinda rough on the edges, but it is made by developers of Ori and the Blind Forest, so not by some rookies. So here the year is 841, and as word of the king's death echoes throughout the kingdom, the crown passes to his arrogant yet untested son. So there are some rebels wanting to cut his head off. The land is on the brink of civil war. That sucks, but it can always suck even more. So an unholy plague not seen for 1,000 years has returned as well. What a coincidence, right? So the plague sweeps across the land, corrupting everything and everyone it touches. In all this turmoil, you embark on an adventure. Well, on a task to be fair, because you are sworn to defeat the plague at any cost. Well, it's always better to be a warrior than a civilian in a war, so kudos for you. You got this. Or not. Knowing you, probably not. No offense. Into the Breach. This simple-looking game is actually an officially recognized masterpiece. It has won Best Strategy Game title at the Game Awards. It was announced as a Game of the Year by PC Gamer, and on Steam it has above 90% of positive reviews left by thousands of people. So here the remnants of human civilization are threatened by enormous creatures breeding beneath the earth, and all hope is in your hands. You must control powerful mechs from the future to hold off this alien threat, and each attempt to save the world presents a new randomly generated challenge. Basically, the game throws a different strategic puzzle at you every time and you have to solve it. And that is somehow really fun to do. Just make sure you like both puzzles and strategy games, because it is quite challenging, and if your brain is smooth, you may want to play some other game instead. Don't ask why I know this.
Turnip boy commits tax evasion.
He will take control of an adorable turnip who happens to be an absolute menace to society. After failing to pay taxes and getting evicted from your home, you must go on an epic quest to pay back your massive debt to Mayor Onion. Use garden tools to solve plantastic puzzles, meet eccentric vegetables and fruits, and take on treacherous fights against animals both big and small, including the capitalist swine. Along the journey, uncover what's spoiling this garden community and rise to tear down the corrupt vegetable government. In other words, you are a lazy, shaded turnip that wants to evade paying taxes and, along the way, start the revolution. Some kind of Lenin, I guess. HELLDIVERS 2. After geo-blocking half of the world and getting a huge backlash by requiring a mandatory PSN account, Sony finally backed down. Their stupid plan failed completely, and now most of the world can play their games anyway. So basically, if you saw a movie Starship Troopers, that is what you will get here. You will step into the boots of an awesome soldier from a military society, and along with other players you will eradicate alien insects, various monsters that may look anything in between from a ladybug to a Zerg, or die miserably from a friendly fire of an idiot sitting half an Earth away from you. And then try again. Capturing enemy planets, defending against invasions, and completing missions will contribute to our overall effort. The war will be won or lost depending on the actions of everyone involved. People on Steam are saying that HELLDIVERS 2 is one of the most entertaining co-op shooters you can try. And the main thing driving people to this game is no doubt a camaraderie with your fellow players fighting against evil monsters who, well, honestly, who just try to live on their planets peacefully. From Glory to Goo. It may not be the prettiest RTS, but it is for sure one of the most entertaining ones. This is a sci-fi survival strategy set on an alien world. You will serve as humanity's pioneer by establishing a colony and supporting your colonies still in orbit. But beware, the Goo, a relentless shape-shifting force, approaches from all sides, even above and below. Basically, you will have to build your colony to repel local horrors who are not very fond of uninvited guests. But if you look at this philosophically, you will realize realize that the real monster here is you. You came here, you destroyed their beautiful landscape with your pathetic buildings that are making energy out of their plants and animals and filtering your piss so you could have drinking water. They have a right to be angry, and they use that right quite excessively. The game is single player only. It includes 23 Steam achievements and multiple factions with units and buildings you can use. You know, ally or destroy depending on your captain and biome. Bad reviews are rare. Most of the people who play the game are saying that it is not perfect but really entertaining. What else you may want? The Gunk. This is an action-adventure game in which you play as one of two gritty space holes. As you are struggling to bring in funds, you chance upon an untouched planet brimming with life. You came in search of valuable resources and it looks like you hit the jackpot. But as you uncover the dormant secrets of a shattered civilization, you must battle the curse of a toxic gunk parasite. You will use your trusty power glove to reverse the corruption, uncover secrets of old and heal the planet. Also experience the evolving relationship of the crew as you explore this unique world. The game has a very positive review score, so it may be a good choice for your evening. CryoFall. This is a sci-fi colony simulation survival game set on a forgotten planet in a distant future. You will join the world together with other survivors to rebuild your civilization from scratch. Start with primitive technology and simple tools, and use them to progress towards modern industrial might and even beyond, eventually reaching space-age technology only seen in science fiction. So it's a science fiction game where you seek to achieve some science fiction. CryoFall can be played either as a relaxed player versus environment experience with no competition, or as a brutal and unforgiving PvP. Make your choice and join one of the many available servers with different game modes, or host your own and invite your friends to join you. However, it's important to keep in mind that CryoFall is not for the faint of heart. The unforgiving environment can be brutal, and you might find yourself in situations where even a tardigrade would be jealous of your survival skills. Titan Station. This is a retro sci-fi adventure that takes us far into the future, in the year of 1999. Yeah, the retro future is in the past, but somehow we have all these wonderful things we managed to achieve with the technology of the past. A really cool genre reminding us of all these science fiction novels we have read in our teens. So here you are, a systems operator, casual worker of the space station. But after arriving, your mundane work turns into a struggle for your very life as you make a shocking discovery. You have to believe me here, because this is not a channel of spoilers. Most of the time. Well, half of the time. Still, that counts. Subscribe. Anyway, the station is connected to Saturn's moon Titan by an elevator and pipeline system. Really cool concept. Here you won't find any combat, and the game itself will take about 4 hours to complete. If you liked games like The Invincible, Outer Wilds or Observation, Titan Station is your spoon of potato salad. More than 90% of reviews on Steam are positive. UnderMine. This is an action-adventure roguelike that blends combat and dungeon crawling with RPG-like progression. Mine gold, die, upgrade yourself, and then try again. Discover hundreds of items including relics, potions, blessings and curses that all stack for a new experience every run. Challenge dangerous bosses and rescue helpful characters that provide new upgrades for your adventure. Also decipher the cryptic messages of the UnderMine's residents and unfold the mystery at the heart of the dungeon. People on Steam are saying that the game reminds them of one thing, like someone took the mines from Stardew Valley, upgraded them heavily and made them into a game. UnderMine has about 90% of positive reviews, but some people complain that it is unbalanced and can infuriate you. But hey, you play these games and hope to die just to be reborn stronger again. Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. This is a really original and truly amazing game where you play as an ape. Yeah, your journey starts 10 million years ago, and by then we still shared our ancestors with gorillas and chimpanzees. Our last common ancestor with the apes, chimpanzees to be exact, is known to be roughly about 5 million years old. So you start as an ape and over the years evolve into an early human. The whole game spans from 10 million to 2 million years ago. Your task is for you and your tribe not to die and not to choose the path of extinction. The future of humanity is in your hands, like literally. As developers say, evolution was not written in stone. Your decisions will shape how you will overcome obstacles, increase your species, and what knowledge you will pass on to future generations. You can focus on specific attributes or choose a more balanced approach to survival. Your clan's ability to survive will be directly impacted by your decisions and choices, making each player's experience a unique one. It's a wonderful game reminding us that we are just starting to go on our evolutionary path as human species, species. 2 million years is nothing. Dinosaurs existed for 165 million years before they all died out, except the birds, of course, add another 65 million years to that big number. That is a huge difference. Not as huge as your mama, though. REVEIL. This is a narrative first-person psycho thriller focusing on puzzles and exploration. So basically this is a very nicely done walking simulator, you know, with horror vibes, so not as boring as you may expect. The story begins with you waking up. You are disoriented, your head hurts. Well, honestly, a lot of us have the same problem the main protagonist has. It's called alcoholism. But surprisingly this time it's not it. You are trapped into a surreal, mysterious place where everything looks familiar but you don't know why. As things get crazier and more bizarre, the lines between reality, memory and imagination become more and more blurred. So your only way out is to solve everything. Be sure you have an IQ a bit higher than room temperature. Game has strong, very positive review score, so if you like games like that, this may be a wonderful hidden spoon of potato salad for you. Iron Harvest. The game is set in an alternative timeline of the First World War. The main thing that distinguishes our world from Iron Harvest is the giant steam-powered robots, main weapons of the war. You'll find a huge variety of them, and I'll be honest, they look very detailed. All the design features are absolutely 10 ColdBeers out of 10, although the gameplay itself is... you know, well, it's a decent strategy game, but if you are a fan of StarCraft or Command & Conquer, Iron Harvest is not for you. Avoid at all cost. Like, literally, do not take it even if it's free, even if they pay you. But if you are just a casual player, then yeah, try it out. Keep in mind, your grandma as well could play this game, even if she's dead. Mine is dead and she plays this game all the time with my other dead grandma, and even they want a faster game. So Iron Harvest is that slow, I'm not kidding. Although that doesn't mean that Iron Harvest is easy. It's slow, but it's hard. It will challenge you and your grandma. You can play online in co-op mode together, by the way. The most annoying thing is that robots have reaction delays. You click on some spot and then you watch how your mech still goes to the previous direction for 1 second or so, then stops, then slowly starts turning and moving where you want it to go. The developers say that they did it because of physics and realism, but what it actually does, it infuriates you and you just want to quit the game. Synergy. In this visually beautiful city builder, your goal is to build a town to help your citizens prosper. You will need to explore, analyze and experiment with new things, because the well-being of your citizens is the main objective. You don't want to be a moron dictator, we have plenty of those in real life. Here you will need a deep understanding of the environment to help them adapt and thrive. Newly acquired knowledge will provide you with an essential guide to obtaining resources, ensuring the safety of your people and optimizing your town. This quest for knowledge will also provide you access to several new buildings, from extraction structures to social spaces, from harvesting points to places of culture. People on Steam are saying that the art style is breathtaking. The game is charming and has very interesting features never seen in similar games. The review score is very positive, so most likely if you try the game, you will have fun. Mafia Definitive Edition. Remastered and re-released in 2020, the game is a proud owner of a very positive reviews on Steam. He'll take on the role of a mafioso in 1930s city of Lost Haven. It's a fictional place, but it's inspired by the city of Chicago. The town got hit hard by the Great Depression, and the advent of Prohibition in America means lucrative business opportunities for various mobsters. And let's be fair, for some shady old ladies as well who were brewing their moonshines deep in the cellars. By the way, did you know that you have to pour out the first cups of moonshine you make because it's poison? If you drink it, you will die or at least go blind. I've heard that from some master brewer a long time ago, but I can't remember the details. Anyway, as I've said many times before, prohibition in my eyes is a crime against humanity, so those gangsters are just folk struggling to survive in this authoritarian environment. Svarog's Dream. Here you will have the absolute freedom to explore the world and make any decisions you desire. That is what developers say, but I doubt that I can date your mom in it. So, not a total freedom, huh? However, every action will influence the world around you for better or worse. Probably for worse. It's you after all. The hero is quite unexpected. You start as a lost soul, inhabiting human hosts who are desperate enough to embrace you. With each death, you revisit the underworld to possess us a new body from a selection of unique characters. And I know how this may sound, but you won't find a roguelike tag among the game's description. This is an open-world action RPG where your choices really matter. Visually, it looks old-school-ish, but the review score is rotating around 90%, so definitely a nice title for you to check out. If you like games similar to Diablo, it's a no-brainer, especially if you prefer a bit deeper lore and gameplay. Revenge of the Savage Planet. The first part of the game was loved by many, and the second one is a proud owner of a very positive review score as well. Here, across multiple planets and myriad challenges, you will be tasked with exploring and understanding these strange alien worlds. You will find plants to scan, creatures to capture, lakes to swim, caves to spelunk, mountains to climb, upgrades to craft, potato salad to make, and hundreds of secrets to uncover. You can play the game alone or in co-op mode with your best friend, mother-in-law, or with, you know, I don't know who you keep in your basement. I don't judge. Subscribe. Anyway, here 4 large worlds await you, each with their own weird and sometimes dangerous plants and creatures. And yeah, you'll have to capture dozens of strange animals and monsters and store them in pens near your habitat. People who play the first part are complaining about the third-person mode instead of the first, but in general still applying positive reviews. So you are in good hands here. Mars War Logs. This is an absolute hidden gem I have stumbled on by lucky accident. The price and quality ratio of Mars War Logs is beyond fantastic. The game, as people say, is a hybrid between Fallout, Mad Max and the Technomancer. Well, the latter was made by the same company and is set in the same game universe, so no surprises here. Anyway, it takes you to Mars, nearly a century after the cataclysm that drowned the planet and its colonists into chaos. And speaking about drowning, water has become the most precious resource on the planet, with a few companies fighting a perpetual war for its control. Well, honestly, I think that water is not what made the desert planet of Mars famous in the first place. Anyway, you play as Roy, a renegade with multiple talents. You will develop your character and your combat style by choosing among many skills and perks. Melee, ranged combat, stealth, or the devastating Technomant power. You know, you're some kind of lizard Harry. I mean Roy. So if you like this game, try the Technomancer as well, and don't pay much attention to the mostly positive or even mixed score it sometimes falls to. It's Eurojang, but it's nice.
And now thank you for watching, and you know what to do. Like, what do you mean no? Subscribe!